Okay. Here we go. Okay. So if you've any words for minor,
Wait, we skipped one.
well, no, because remember Eric won a bunch, and so Eric technically wasn't
Oh,
eliminated till
I,
later.
I forget about that.
Come on, come on. What was the
The,
whole twist this season?
I'm thinking about in order. Minor, gone too soon. I didn't. You weren't supposed to leave, but I couldn't do anything.
I never met you, but I really liked your Pokemon sweater. I thought it was cute. That's all I got.
William
Uh,
not going to beat any of these people.
I'm sorry. Okay. Once we get to merge, I got some more content. Next up, the this gladiator is Dime.
You know what, Dom? They did you dirty. They had you play two roles in the music video challenge and then got you out. I don't know the story behind it. I mean, I kind of do, but like, I still don't agree with it. You didn't deserve it.
I'd say Dime, we've played 2 games together and I've still yet to talk to you. Uh one day our paths will cross, Dime,
It's
and I'm
not you.
sure we'll be it's not you, it's me. It's totally me, and I'm sure we'll be the best of friends at that point.
I love Dom. The most iconic thing that I remember from Dom is when Dom was starting to get like annoyed with somebody or something. Just like, I'm going to take a nap.
Oh,
I
relatable
feel that.
queen.
I feel that.
Yeah. I The next gladiator is Mr. Parker.
Mm. You know, I was pretty distraught by you leaving. Um, but it didn't surprise me. The funniest thing, the funniest thing that Parker did that I remember is me and Parker were looking for the idol. We
Mhm.
weren't telling anybody. And then we get on the call, and who else joined? I think yeah, Sean, Vicky, they all joined. And Parker was like, yeah, so Juan and I were just looking for the idol. And I was like, no.
Oh no. Like, shut up. Don't say
That
anything.
was that was funny. That was a fun time.
Um, the only thing I know about Parker is that Juan liked you. I think Juan has a fascination with straight men. I'm just kidding. I'm just
When did we
kidding.
turn this on
I'm
me? This
just
is
kidding.
remembering
I'm
our
just kidding.
past.
That's what I'm saying, Parker. Yeah, Juan liked you, so I like you too.
I liked
There we
Parker
go.
because he was a good ally. Like he was fresh in the org world. He
Yes.
was a
Yes.
pilot, so he's always flying his
Oh,
planes,
that's cool.
coming in and being like, "What's up?" And I would be like, "So this is what's happening, girl." And he would be like, "Okay, well, this is what I'm doing." And I just like that vibe.
I like his high noon shirt. That means he's a man of taste and sophistication. So,
Mhm, I guess.
okay, the next gladiator is Eric. I don't know these people. I'm so sorry.
I'll go first again.
Yes.
Um, Honestly, Eric, you going out was tragic. The first time, well, the time that I knew that you went out. Um, fucking garden gnomes. Um, Fuck them and your work schedule. But Eric's always a good time. Like I've played a couple games with Eric and we've never
Mhm,
really got play together like
mhm.
we wanted to. So hopefully that happens. And yeah, you put up a fight in that Colosseum though.
Yeah,
I
I
will
was gonna
say.
say I've never met him, but the fact that he won 4, right?
Mhm.
Almost 4, 3 or 4, something like that. That was really impressive and very intimidating.
And
So if
his
he would have came back, I would have been very nervous.
Well, his video, the first thing he said was like, "I suck at challenges, so don't vote me out," or something like that. And then
Same, same girl.
both of you are liars.
Oh God. But maybe one day we'll meet.
Next person that William doesn't know.
Shut up.
The next person that some of you may not know
Shut
is
up.
Billy.
I'll go first again.
I was gonna say I'll go first if you want me to.
You can.
Okay, I was gonna say, Billy, everyone talked about you and you seemed like a really big threat, and so I'm glad that you got taken out when you did, so I didn't have to go against you. Yeah, and I think that
Okay.
we in the face morph, I think there was one that we looked the same. I think we would confuse people in a face morph. That's what I
Okay.
got.
Billiana. Um, I don't know. You didn't really trust me for some reason, but I get it. Like, I didn't trust you either. So I guess it was hand in hand. But I for sure thought you were going to make it to the merge like 100%. So it really did shock me when you left. Um, but yeah, I mean, I didn't know how we would have been in the merge because again, our pre you we're not gonna get into all that. I'll see you at reunion. Bye.
It's the rock and roll hands. They
Yeah.
scream untrustworthy.
We will now move on to the gladiators who made it to the merge phase.
Okay, I know some people.
William
We're good.
can say some things now.
I'm sorry.
The first person, the first gladiator is waits for it to load. Benji.
Uh, I'll go first. Benji, I worked with you on day one with Tyler. I have to thank you for basically giving me this half of the idol. So thank you for that. Um, I'm really sorry that you got looped up into Tyler's mess, that merge vote. I think you were just collateral damage. You seem like a really great person, and I hope that we can play together again because I really do enjoy you. And I blame Tyler for that whole vote.
I will say I also blame Tyler because I never wanted you to go, Benji. Like even on that second, like I didn't. Like everyone know who I voted for. So like it was sad to see that you were collateral with that because I really think like we could have worked together, but you were just sticking to, your allies that you had from day one. And I get it. I get it. Our paths just couldn't cross the way we wanted them to or not wanted them to. But anyway, Benji, you're a great player. I've seen it plenty of times. And yeah, wish you could have made it further when you were actually there. But you being pissed off in live night was actually kind of hilarious.
It was iconic. I was it made me so nervous because I've just never felt heat from a webcam. You know what I mean? I was just like, oh my gosh, like I'm so sorry.
Like me in Florida, just tired as fuck, like barely awake, and you're just pissed off. I'm sorry. It was
Seething,
just like,
seething.
but yeah,
Oh, bless.
The next gladiator who was voted out, we have Kevin.
Kevin, you beautiful man. I wish you were around more. You seem like very nice and very sweet and very nice to look at. Uh, but good job coming back the first time. That was really impressive. I didn't know who was gonna come back, so that was really cool. And yeah.
I will echo everything that William said, but louder. Um, but no, like I really wanted to work with you, Kevin, but I just don't. You had other people prioritize them more than me, which I get. We weren't on a tribe together, so like you
Mhm.
really didn't have to prioritize me. But I do think you were kind of collateral because of how you came back. So like I don't know. I just feel like stuff could have gone a lot differently year round, but it just didn't. But yeah, I was glad to play with you for the 2 days and the two messages that you sent back to me. I had fun.
What?
Any,
What?
any, anything else before we move on?
Beautiful man. Beautiful man.
Okay, moving on. We have scrolls a bit. We have Sean.
Do you want to go first on this one, or I can?
Um, I go first.
Okay.
Sean, uh, you know, Sean, I had big hopes for me and you. You just a little chaotic, but I love it, and that's why I liked it because I felt like you were chaotic, I was calm, and it was like the perfect combo. It just didn't work out. Not well. We'll get into that soon. But nah, I really like you, Sean. You had a nice head on your shoulders, but I just think you got caught up with the game itself with other people, and it was sad to see you go how you did because I tried to prevent it, but it didn't
Mhm.
work out. So
Yeah. Sean, I really wanted to work with you. I actually really enjoyed our group with me, you, and Andrew. Um, and I felt like riding that group for a little while, but as soon as you made it the next round, you decided to implode on itself and go against it. Um, and so I felt like that was too um chaotic because I was like, if Andrew goes, then who's next? And I felt like it would be me. But I really enjoy getting to talk to you. I found it so funny that you would always call in the bathroom. And I found out the bathroom is like your hangout spot in your house. I just thought that was really funny and I kind of liked it. Um, but you seem really great, and I hope our paths cross again soon.
Okay, moving on. The next gladiator is Vicky.
Vicky Anna, girl, why?
Why?
Hey, SpongeBob, why? Um, again, it's kind of same with Sean. A lot of it could have been prevented. I was literally down with you and Sean for as long as y'all wanted to be. And we just didn't have the same path, I guess. Or I feel like we had similar paths just at different times, which I guess are different paths. But yeah, it was sad to see you flame out because I think you were like in a pretty good spot up until what happened. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, I hope you're doing well, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow and answer all the questions you might have.
Vicky, Vicky, Vicky. Um, I was really frustrated with the final round that we were in together because I felt that we had set a plan in place and I thought that plan was going to come to fruition, but I saw in the the last hour, maybe hour and a half, um, like you tried to change the plan and turn it into something else, and it made me super nervous, and I just didn't. I felt like you didn't view me as a priority, and so I think you're very sweet, and I think you really captivate people when you talk. I think you're a really great storyteller, and I loved hearing your stories. Um, it just our paths didn't like once our paths didn't align in the game and how we viewed how to get to the end. So
Very fun though. Shout
very
out,
fun, very fun.
shout out to writing that script for
Yeah, carrying the
Vicky.
team, carrying
Vicky,
the
me and
team.
you killed that swap tribe. I don't care. I don't care that William's here. Me and you ran that shit on our backs. Okay.
Um, Vicky shaky hand cup challenge.
The first two challenges. After that, I was like, fuck it.
Okay, the next gladiator is Lyndon.
Why don't you go first and talk about your favorite person?
First of all, I like Lyndon. I like Lyndon. I just think me and Lyndon didn't have a game relationship. Like we talked
Mhm,
about video games and stuff, but when it came to game talk, those weren't conversations weren't happening between us. I wanted them to, they just never happened, but they were happening with other people. So I was obsessed. I'm kidding. Um, no, it. I like Lennon. They're pretty cool. It just we just didn't have that game relationship.
Yeah, I think Lyndon seemed really nice, and we had like one or two calls that were like really good, and I thought we would get on the same page, and then the it would kind of die off after every single call, so it was kind of um like frustrating, to try to figure it out. Um, but yeah, we talked about video games and stuff too. I thought they were really interesting, I just enjoyed hearing their stories and stuff, but we just couldn't get on the same page. But my favorite rivalry of the season is you versus Juan trying to get you out. So that was my, or trying to vote you out. That's my favorite rivalry of the season.
Oh my God.
The next gladiator is DB.
Okay, Debbie. First off, I want to
Debbie.
thank you. Yeah, I said Debbie.
Yeah, yeah. No, go. I was just
Oh,
talking to myself.
okay. Yeah, Debbie. I just want to say thank you. You literally saved me and William this spot right in this final two by giving us the information about Nova's idol. Because if you wouldn't have
Mhm,
done that, Nova would probably and you would probably be here right now. I'd have no
mhm,
doubt in that. Um, but you honestly, Debbie, I think Debbie was a solid game player. Uh,
mhm.
can lie effortlessly, and everyone believed her. Like sneaky, still the villain of the season. I'm giving that award to Debbie. I don't care. Debbie was a villain. Um, I don't know. I love Debbie. I think Debbie was great, but I also think Debbie just gave the wrong information at the wrong time sometimes, and that was Debbie's downfall a little bit. But Debbie's still amazing.
Yeah, I think Debbie's so funny and so nice. And I think like Vicky, Debbie's a great storyteller. Like I could just listen to her talk about her life for hours, and I thought it was super entertaining. Um, I think Debbie's fault was that misstep in that game information. I think it really, like you said, kind of catapulted us into a position to really take control over the final few rounds of the game. And so I think Debbie's super sweet. And I think Debbie would have been a really big contender with the jury just because everyone likes Debbie. No one has a bad thing to say about Debbie. And also, shout out to Debbie for continuing to play even though everything was going on in her life. I think that's um, really persistent, really strong. And I think um, I wouldn't have been able to do it. And so I'm glad that we were like, I think this is before, but I'm glad we were able to be a part of the escape from the stuff going on. So
Yes, the most iconic thing Debbie did was come back and be like, "Yeah, I gave Tyler an idol."
yeah, I
That
gave
was
Tyler and I was like,
hilarious. And then Debbie, like the last Gladiator challenge, they were like, "You got to stand on one leg." Debbie said, "I'm not doing that."
Debbie knew her limits.
Debbie knew.
Debbie said, I'm
She
not
said,
down
"Y'all
for
can
this.
have it." But yeah,
We are now moving to the final five, and the fifth placer who was stabbed by Julius Caesar. We have Andrew.
Andrew, such an impressive game played. I think you had so many people lining up to do what you needed to do and so bought into you and the narrative that you had of the game. And even when people were presented options to further themselves at to the detriment of you, they still chose you over themselves, which I think is super impressive. And so I'm sorry that I was the sole vote that took you out of this game, but I know to get to this point you were someone that I had to take out because you would win, hands down.
Andrew, you know, your first words to me were just like, um, we're both player of the seasons in our season of Kaleidoscope, whatever game we played. You're like, let's do this shit, and I was down for it. And I was so down for it that at 5, if I would have gotten that power, I would have taken out Nova. Um, just because I felt like that still would have been, something good for me, obviously. But I
Mhm.
didn't get the vote, and you left. But you were great. You were amazing. Um, one hell of a player, like William said. Like, how the fuck did you
Mhm.
have people line? And I think that wasn't even the half of it because you were always like busy. Like you were always out and doing stuff. So like you doing that with half that I say, like I think it was like half of you. Like what you did this game was
Mhm.
half of what you could, and even that was a lot. So like that's great. Nah, you're great. You're definitely scary, but you definitely had me in your back pocket. If I'm being honest, like I was with you, even though I knew that you doubted me, and I protected you for a minute until I literally couldn't. So
Anything else before we move on?
no.
Okay. In fourth place, we have Nova.
Mhm.
Now the real threat to win, I don't know if anybody saw this, but me, right there, Nova.
Mhm. Mhm.
They, I don't care what Andrew did. I don't care that Andrew had all this. Nova, they were playing this game and they were playing it well. Nova didn't get any votes until we were like, hey,
Mhm.
Nova's got to go.
Mhm.
Um, no one was looking at Nova. Everyone loved Nova more so than Andrew. I would say like people would vote Andrew off before Nova any day, and I just admire that. I admire someone being able to play a game where they basically have full control, like every single time. If Debbie didn't reveal Nova's idol, Nova would be in this final two. I don't care, like
Mhm.
100%. Um, so I just admire Nova's game. They played amazing and they did what I wanted to do. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, I think I worked with Nova since our swap tribe with Andrew, and I think they always had a really good head on their shoulders. And I think they mentioned this, I think, when they were getting in their final words, but I think just the ability to play authentically yourself is really commendable. I think sometimes we feel the need to like put ourselves in a box or like present ourselves a certain way to be likable or to be perceived as trustworthy or be perceived this way. But I think Nova was able to do those things, but in a way that was authentically to them. Um, so I think that was really commendable. Um, and honestly, their little Cthulhu idol thing was, I think, super funny. And so I really enjoyed it. And I like that they had an actual little statue. I thought that was cute.
Yeah, that would have been the move of the game if Debbie wouldn't have said
If we wouldn't
that.
have known,
Because I think both of us, even that round, were like Nova, Nova, Nova.
God.
That would have been
Uh,
the move. That would have been the move of the game, the winning move. Nova would have won this game. And I don't.
Mhm,
In another universe, Nova's sitting right here talking about us. So
mhm. And we have one more person. I wonder who this person is.
uh,
In third place, we have Tyler.
it's kind of crazy
mhm.
hearing Tyler in third place. Like
Oh
just how
yeah.
this game is gone. Like it's just really weird. Um, I don't know. Like I knew nothing about Tyler, and I came into Merge really wanting to work with Tyler because obviously, I thought Tyler was like a key player that was going to be in the Merge, but it turns out that Tyler was, but just in a different way, I guess.
Mhm.
Fought back through the Colosseum, came back, and continued the same narrative that was already debunked. It's like Tyler, no one told Tyler that everybody knew what
Right.
happened, which I think is hilarious. Um, but I think Tyler would have been a beast in this game had
Mhm.
that not happened. And yeah,
Oh, I agree. Tyler, like you mentioned, was someone that I started working with on day one, um, and took control in our like first few challenges, to really propel us to victory, like if I'm honest. Um, and so I think he is a big threat. to win if he would have been able to stay. And even when he came back, the chaos that he was able to imbue in everyone within 2 rounds was kind of like awe struck, like the idol at final five, this Fortuna vote at final four, like it was very impressive. Um just to kind of play so fearlessly. You know what I mean? Like balls to the wall, just go with whatever can stick. Um, and he put up a really good fight in that final two, or final three challenge. And I was very thankful to have won because I think he would have taken me out. So I'm
Honestly,
very I don't
I'm sorry.
know. No, you go. You go. What's up?
Honestly, Tyler, like coming back in and doing that, like you said, with the first of all, I don't know why you played the idol on me. You should have played on Andrew. I think that would have probably helped you a little bit. But that I don't know. I don't know what that could have held. But thank you for playing it on me. And that Cthulhu, whatever name you said, vote was crazy. But you actually had William over here stressing about that shit. And I'm
I
like, there.
did. I was like convinced. But then I was like, after a minute, I was like, that's just too dumb of a name. They would think of something better than that, right? Like
I was like, William,
Fortuna,
bro, wake
luck.
up.
That's too obvious.
I was like, William,
Uh,
wake up. It's final four. The powers are
literally, literally. I needed a good smack in the face. Like, get your shit together.
but I think that was a good play. Like Tyler, and I think Tyler could have still been a contender had he ended up in the final two, even though he
Mhm.
was like voted out at first, came back, and if he was able to convince three people to be like, keep me, get out everybody else, but that would
Mhm.
have been wild. Um,
Right.
but yeah, it just didn't work out. Maybe in another life. Shout out Kelly Clarkson. Wait, Katy Perry. That's on recording.
Wow.
Kelly Clarkson
And
would kill that
Perry.
song, by the way.
Kelly Clarkson kills every song.
Right, so I'm still going to say Kelly Clarkson.
Everything is a Kelly Clarkson song, actually.
With that, we have finished the rites of passage. First of all, just a congrats to you two on making it to the end. That alone is an accomplishment. This season is quite wild, and I am proud of you two and very excited to see which of you two will snatch the crown and be the next winner of Kaleidoscope Survivor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. God,
It's gonna be crazy. I don't know what William's gonna bring. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna bring. Like, I don't know
I'll
what
have
the
a
jurors are gonna bring.
I have a whiteboard with notes going through. Nah, I'm just kidding. No, we didn't get a chance to talk about each other in these last 10 minutes before this meeting is abruptly ended
Would you
We
like
only
because
got
to?
2 minutes.
Would you
I
like
will
to?
talk about I will hype Juan up. Juan, you are
Okay.
a great player in this game. And like I mentioned in that final call when I was very emotional because I didn't think I was gonna win that challenge. I've never had someone who just like chose me a lot in a game. And oh, we're getting the screen for you get a
Yeah,
picture.
yeah.
You go, girl. I never had someone choose me a lot in a game, or I always felt like anything I was in, I was at the bottom of. And while we were definitely working with different people at certain points, like I really appreciated you valuing me in the game and valuing what I had to say and really listening to me a lot. I feel sometimes like we've talked about this. I've been so busy this game and that I tried my best to be around as I can and talk to people as I can, but I always felt that you put in effort to listen to me and value what I said. Um, and I'm glad this is the conclusion of our story as the first two boots in a game that was done dirty to us, first two merge boots in a game that was done dirty to us. I'm very thankful to be sitting next to you in the end. And no matter what happens tomorrow, I am happy with whatever outcome because I think you deserve it. Just as much, maybe a little bit less, but just as much as me. And I'm excited to just have the opportunity to do the end with you. So,
How am I gonna top that?
not many people do. But I'm just kidding.
Oh, well, we'll add one more name to the list that people who will. William. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. It's like, if I remember correctly, our first words on the call when we swapped together was like, "Oh, we doing this shit?" Like, I feel like that was literally the first thing that I said to you. um, and we did it. Like, from that first call on, I knew that I had someone, like you said, who would choose me, um, even when I didn't have to. Like, you didn't have to choose to fight for me that first merge round, but you did, and I appreciate that. A lot of people, even people was working with from the beginning, were iffy on it, and I'm just glad to actually play with somebody because you know me, I like playing with people who aren't scared to be open. Like, I want you to play the game. I want you to make your allies, and you did, and you had your own plans, and you had your own roads of doing things, and I'm just glad ours aligned in a way that we could control it and still get to where we are right now. You're like one of the smartest people I know in this community, and I'm glad we got to finish our chapter. Like, it just means a lot, and like you said, no matter what happens, um, you win, I win. Hopefully, it's the former.
You mean
But
the latter? The latter would be you. The
oh,
former would be
I
me.
said I last, and I said myself first. Hopefully, I win. Thought I said myself first. Um, but whoever wins, we both deserve it. We both played a hell of a game, and I think that I haven't seen other seasons, but I'm gonna say we're the best final two this game has had. Um, in a game like this, like I feel like we were both threats in our own way, and they just couldn't get to us when they wanted to. So, or in your case, I don't think anybody even wanted to, and that's the crazy part. Um, and yeah, I really appreciate you so much, and I'm excited for tomorrow.
I
I
am
am.
too. I'm super excited. Oh God. Now that I got emotional, I can go eat like Wingstop or
Like,
something and feel better.
just my favorite fries and a margarita.
That sounds so nice. Uh, God. Well, that's all. Unless you want us to go through production and talk about everybody
Bro,
too.
we got 5 minutes.
I know.
That's okay. We got a lot of pred rumors. That's okay. But thank you very much for wanting to play this game. Enjoying, like, I've enjoyed watching your journeys, and production has as well. And I am excited to see who will win tomorrow.
Yay.
Listen, if I win, I finally get to fix my broken nails. So let's hope it's me. Oh gosh. But Juan, I know you have to go out soon, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Well, enjoy your night out. I will see you both tomorrow.
yeah.
Juan, I expect you to put up a heck of a fight because I am preparing the best I can.
Same.
So I'm excited.
Listen, it's gonna flow naturally. I don't like writing shit down again because I never
Oh,
read it. Like, I mean, written stuff down, but I know I'm not gonna look at it. So,
I'm very much like a speech, like debate person. I gotta get my thoughts at least a little out. So,
you're about to beat my ass tomorrow because I'm about to be
oh
like, "Look."
God, no, don't listen. I could sound so robotic. So,
But I will see y'all later. Thank you, Mac, for hosting us.
yes, thank you,
Of
giving us the space
course.
to do so. So,
Period.
okay,
My 40-minute
gosh,
Zoom.
It worked. Perfect timing.
it was perfect
Period.
timing. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.